Hey everyone, thanks for clicking on the channel. Today, we're gonna go over bicycle snobbery. Entering a bike shop as a newbie or a beginner or even an experienced rider. Number two is kind of like as beginners, what we've noticed on the trails, at the trailheads, at different places that we've gone. So yeah, stick along with me here, and we're gonna go over some things that I've noticed. Okay, so number one, we're beginners. My son and I do this channel because we love mountain biking. We absolutely love it, and he's getting right into it. And to be honest with you, so am I. And we just, yeah, we love it. But there's one thing that I don't love about mountain biking, and that is to say that there's a lot of snobbery out there in the bicycle world. Whether it be riders or people at the local bicycle shop. I know that is a thing. And I know that there are some people in the shops that are aware of that, and they try to do everything they can to kind of like push that aside and get rid of the stigma that's out there. Anytime I go into a shop, it's like entering a different world. I love to go into a bike shop, like many of us do, and just walk around and look at the stuff. Look at all the potential upgrades and the insane amount of money that you could possibly spend on your bike. I just love doing that. It's hard to talk to people when you're in the shop. I've went into shops before where I've been looking for something. In fact, I actually did an online order, and I'm there to pick up my order. And the owner of the shop comes over to me and says, how can I help you? Are you looking for anything in particular, or, you know, because we have some people waiting outside to get in. Okay, that's fine. But yeah, I actually made an online order and I'm here to pick it up. Oh, okay. What did you order? And for the life of me, for whatever reason, I couldn't remember. I ordered 2 derailleur hangers, and I couldn't remember the names for some reason. It's like I was a little bit pressured to get out of the store. And anyway, he just stood there and looked at me like I didn't know what I was talking about. But I do know what I'm talking about. I ordered derailleur hangers, but I couldn't remember the name, like right then and there. So yeah, anyway. I said, well, can you not just look up the order under my last name? And he says, yeah, we could do that. Okay, so we did that. The other thing too is, like, if you're buying something, like I went and bought a dropper post from PNW for my son. That's the one and only major upgrade he really wanted on his bike, and he uses his Christmas money to do it. So I contacted PNW, and they're just great. So I had a couple back and forth conversations on email with some guys there at PNW in California, I guess, and all is well. And that's the brand and the company that we decided to go with. Before that, I called up and was emailing a shop in Toronto that was selling OEM parts that were takeoffs of new bikes that people bought and then decided to upgrade. So I was in the market for a dropper post, and they had one advertised, an OEM takeoff for $150. It was a Trans X, 125 millimeter travel, and they also had one that was 100 millimeter travel. And basically the guy told me that there is no post out there that will fit my son. but I wanted a post that he could grow into. And basically they said, no, not even 100 mil will work. The guy just totally turned me off. So I never got the drop a post from him. I ended up going to PNW, and sure enough, the 125 fits my son like a glove. He can and will be able to grow into it over the course of a couple seasons for sure. But even then, 125 mil, that's what I run. And I'm 6'2", and he's 5 feet. So he can grow into a little bit more, and it's going to be more than enough travel for him. It's going to work perfectly. I think shop owners are at a frustration level right now where people are coming in wanting to buy stuff, but they don't have it in stock, so they can't sell them stuff. And it's like, yeah, I get it. It's a frustration point. Point number 2 is what we've noticed on the trails is, I'm going to say it's about 50-50, good and bad. We travel a little bit to go to different trailheads and try different places out in Ontario here. When you go to a new place and you're just checking out a brand new trail system for the first time, and you know, we use proper trail etiquette all the time, no matter what. That's something I definitely teach my son constantly. But it's a hit and miss whether you get a good receptive vibe from the locals there or not so good reception. So yeah, just in my experience, I've noticed everyone stares at you. And now I've been a runner for, I don't know, 27 years now. I've run marathons, half marathons, you know, all kinds of stuff with regards to running. And I wear my running gear riding. so yeah, that just calls me out a noob. But you know what? It doesn't matter what you wear. It doesn't matter what you ride. That's the big thing on this channel is it doesn't matter what you ride as long as you're out riding your bike. And really, I'm not out to make any kind of fashion statement. I'm definitely never going to wear Lycra. It's not going to happen. But you know, gear is expensive, and I'm buying it over time, and that's just how it is. So I noticed that when you're on your bike and you're in a system, people look at you and people stare at you. People, like, I've seen people laugh. I mean, it's a little bit disheartening. Not that I care. It's just disheartening, like, why? So it even got to the point, we went to a place last season, and that's when I still had my giant Revel 2 that I upgraded like crazy, and my son still had his specialized Rip Rock. And we pull in the parking lot, and there's people everywhere with bikes, and we're not used to seeing that. We really hadn't been to a place like that yet. And my son said to me, "Oh, look at everyone's bikes, and then we got to bring ours out." And I thought, oh, how sad is that? At the time, he was 10 years old. And I thought, is that what this is about? No, this is not about what kind of bike you have. This is not about what kind of rider you are. This is supposed to be about, number 1, fun. Number 2, ride whatever you have, like, who cares? And, you know, number 3, just get out into the bush and enjoy the single track. Progress, learn, session stuff, just have fun. That's what we're about. Who cares how much you spend on your bike? Like, he doesn't think like that anymore, thankfully. Push that aside as fast as I possibly could for him, because you start thinking like that and then it's just downhill. But anyway, I digress. Yeah, we just noticed a lot of it. Now, on the other more positive end of the spectrum, we have people that stop in the middle of the trail and say, "Hey, you guys aren't from around here, are you?" We're like, "No." "Oh, welcome, welcome. You know, have you tried this trail? Have you tried that trail? You know what? You know, you should go check this out, and it has a good drop progression on it, and you know, has a green, blue, and black drop progression on it, and you know, you could spend quite a few hours doing that and this and that, and that's fantastic. I love it. It's so refreshing. I kind of push the negative aside a lot, and because I'm not there to get into it with people or just be in a negative energy. I'm there to have positive energy and just ride and have fun and get exercise and breathe the fresh air and be with my son. You know, that's what it's all about for me. So yeah, definitely a lot of that. I was listening to a podcast the other day, and they had this professional road bike racer on. He came from racing road to mountain biking. He mentioned, and it's true, I've seen it I don't know how many times, like you get somebody, you can be riding in there no matter what level you're at or whatever, you'd be riding through, and then all of a sudden this guy comes out of nowhere, and he's on like a 10-year-old bike, and he is a shredder. He just sends stuff. It's insane. And I love, and my son loves, to just kind of stand or sit at a big feature and just watch people roll through there. It's so much fun to watch it. Like, it's all inspiring. It's so inspiring. And you know, we don't know everything there is to know about riding a mountain bike on trails and features and all this stuff. We're learning, you know. We're learning, and we take inspiration from people that can do way bigger and better stuff than we can do, and it's just, yeah, it helps our riding a lot, rather than have that mentality of, oh, look at me, look what I can do, yeah, right. You know, we all get that from time. Yeah, I just wanted to touch base quickly about, you know, what we've seen, and I think this video is important in the sense that a little bit more patience on the trails with each other, a little bit more patience in the shops with each other. Like, we're all in this together, guys, and we just want to have fun and ride our bikes. So yeah, next video is coming up. I'm going into a series of spring bike maintenance, so stay tuned for that.